Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Caitlin. I make videos on lifestyle, beauty, and soul. I make them almost once a week. During the day I do audit at PNC, so this channel is just a little fun way for me to explore my more creative side and kind of put myself out there to the world. Today's topic is going to be on one of the things I've been so fascinated with for the last few years, and that's Myers-Briggs. It's a personality test, and there's 16 different personalities. It was developed by two scientists, Myers and Briggs, and also by Carl Jung, and I just find it incredibly fascinating to understand my own personality type and others around me. I've never studied this at school or anything. I don't have a psychology degree, so just take everything with a little grain of salt. But I wanted to kind of have a more open forum discussion about it, a general discussion, do you believe in it? What's your Myers-Briggs type? Do you look at people and see patterns in them and say oh, I think that's an INTJ. Oh, my best friend, she's an ENFP. I get it. Or do you think it's just totally feel-good science? There's not really a lot of merit behind it. I know there's a new test, and it's based on agreeableness and extroversion. It's a little bit different than Myers-Briggs, because some people say oh, Myers-Briggs is always so positive and blah blah blah. But I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a way to embrace your strengths and also understand your weaknesses and work through them really. So before we jump into all of that, I thought I would share some really cute boots I got from ASOS. These are these gray boots. I think they were $44. I thought they were super cute. They have a low heel, perfect for if you're taller. I thought they'd be perfect for work outfits and work style. So I thought I'd just show you guys those real quick. So like I said, there are 16 different Myers-Briggs types. And there are 4 letters that make up your personality, if you will. So the first letter is an I or an E, introvert or extrovert, and that talks about how well you respond to external stimuli. Do other people make you tired? Do people make you nervous? Do you need some alone time? Are you more of an ambivert? So that just really tells you about your level of interaction with the world. And no, not all introverts are shy, not all introverts are quiet. I'm an introvert, but every introvert is different, I guess. So that's the first letter if you're an E or an I. And the second letter is if you're an N or an S. And N stands for intuitive, and S stands for a sensor. Intuitives are big picture, big concept thinkers, while sensors focus on the little details. They're very good at recalling information from the past. And this category really deals with how you think about life as a whole and how you interact on a daily basis and how you learn best. Me, I'm an N. I am an intuitive learner. I definitely think about the big picture. If I have to concentrate on little details for a long time, I can get frustrated and tired out. I don't remember things as well from the past. I prefer to focus on the future and have a more future-oriented mindset. I like to imagine and create things, which comes out in my writing. So that's the difference between the N and the S, really how you learn and perceive the world and how you remember and retain information. The next letter, number 3, is if you're an F or a T, if you're a feeler or if you're a thinker. Me personally, I am a feeler, so that means my letters so far are I, N, and F. Feelers tend to want people to be more in harmony with one another. They look at everyone's feelings. There's this common example, if you're going on a road trip, the feeler's gonna be is it too cold in here? Does everyone have enough snacks? Do you like the person you're sitting by? And the T is going to be how fast are we going to get there? What routes are we taking? And they're going to be all business. And that's not to say that T's are, that's not to say that T's don't care about people or don't have empathy or compassion, but it's just the way they operate. And to me, that's very fascinating. I think that there are studies that say more of the population are feelers, so that's pretty interesting. And then the final letter, the fourth one, is if you're a J or a P. And I'm a J, so J's are generally more of the uptight people in society, the people that are, always wanting to make decisions quickly, wanting to get things done. They have a very goal-oriented mindset, while the P's are more go with the flow, type B, easygoing. It's fine if we get this report out tomorrow. And J's, they're having a nervous breakdown if you're not getting the report out. So, but there have been so many studies that say J's are not any more successful than P's. So it's just kind of how you operate. And for the longest time, I questioned whether I was a J or a P because I can be pretty disorganized and messy. I don't know if you can see around in my room, but I just kind of throw my stuff down, and that doesn't really bother me, but deadlines bother me and getting things done bother me, and I always want to have a definitive plan in place. So that's really the difference between a J and a P is do you like things planned out? J's can be okay with maybe disorganization, but they have to know what's going on. So I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, again, my letters are INFJ, which is apparently the rarest personality type, and INFJs are known for liking Myers-Briggs a lot, which is super, super weird. I remember I took the test so many times, and I was like, am I really an INFJ? I don't think I am, but it really began to make sense to me, because INFJs exhibit all these different qualities that aren't balanced, they're paradoxes, they're one extreme to the other. Me, sometimes I can be really extroverted, I like doing YouTube, I like making these videos about myself, I like standing up in front of people, and reading at church or giving a speech doesn't bother me. But when I go shopping, I hate making small talk, I hate slowing down my shopping and talking about my day with anyone. I just want to keep my head down and not look at anybody and buy my stuff and leave. So obviously I'm an introvert. I also need my alone time at work. Again, lunch, I just like to go out and take a brisk 10-minute walk and just kind of de-stress from the environment. Again, the I and the E, it's all about giving energy. And for I's, people take energy from I's, and for E's, E's take energy from other people, I or E, whatever you are. So that's pretty interesting to me, and that was one of the first things when I read that INFJs can appear like an extroverted introvert. That was something that I really resonated with. Also, definitely the whole big picture thinker for the ends. I know at my job I'm an accountant, and when I'm on a spreadsheet I'm just staring at it for the longest time, I can start to get really frustrated and antsy, I'm concentrating way too much on all these small details. Another thing about INFJs, they usually have rich inner worlds and big imaginations. I like to think I do with my writing that I do, so all of those things combined made me think, well, I guess if I'm taking all of these darn personality tests, then I guess I'm an INFJ. I took my first personality test back in high school in a sociology class, and I remember we had to go around the room and say our personalities, and there were hardly any I's, and I was like, oh, this is kind of awkward. But at my company, PNC, we also took more personality tests, and they really talked about how to utilize them for your strengths and to improve your weaknesses and embrace them and not let that hold you back. So I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's also cool to see who's compatible with one another. I have a best friend that's an INTJ, and she and I get along so well. I think we really balance each other out. Even though she's more rational and less excitable than I am, we share a lot of the same interests, and we both like to have deeper conversations. So she's a really good friend of mine. I have some ISFP friends. I have another INFJ friend, which is awesome. And I have an ENFP best friend. I love her so much. We really get along really, really well. They say like the ENFP and the INFJ are perfect for each other because they're both like these idealistic thinkers, big picture thinkers, and the INFJ can like encourage the ENFP to be more introspective, and the ENFP can encourage the INFJ to be like more outgoing, so it's a good companionship. And you know, whenever I finally meet the one on Bumble, I often wonder what his personality type will be. I feel like it would be good for me to be with an ENFP since I really, you know, I'd say like my best friend is an ENFP, so, you know, I would think a guy, a future date, husband, marriage, you know, I would think that would work out, but I feel like anything can really surprise you. So let me know what your personality type is down below. If you've taken the Myers-Briggs test, if you disagree with it, if you think it's stupid, and if you see any of these patterns in your life amongst people and you know you're like, oh yeah, that person is totally my ENFP best friend and I'm definitely an INFJ because of this, this, and this. I'm fascinated with this subject and I want to hear all of your thoughts on it. I hope you enjoyed this crash course on MBTI. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.